Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss on conditions in COBOL programming from Unit 2. So, you people know very well about various conditions that you have learnt in various languages. The languages may be a procedure oriented or a high level programming language or object oriented programming language. In all those languages, we used to use the concept named as conditions. So, conditions in the sense, normally we used to check something and then it used to produce some results. So, what is the thing that we are going to check and what is the result it's going to produce? The result may be either which is maybe a resultant value or which used to produce the results as a true or false as boolean values. So the purpose of conditions is it may be to check an arithmetic expressions or to check some conditions in an statements or to check some evaluations. We used to use these particular concepts named as conditions. So in all the programming language, these conditions plays some important role in deciding the resultant value. Either you're going to use the looping operation or either you're going to use a decision making operation. In all those operations, we used to use the terminology conditions as an important one which used to produce some resultant value. So here in COBOL, now we are going to discuss on conditions. Next one, the introduction to conditions. A condition is an entity that at one point of time can have only of two values. So it's very simple. We are going to check some condition and after checking condition it used to produce some results. The results may be either true or false. So it's going to produce either one of the values after evaluating or after checking that particular condition. So that's what which is being described over here in this particular slide as true or false. So normally here we are going to use the if verb. So using if verb, we are going to check some conditions, and after checking that particular condition, it used to produce some results. So along with the if verb, we used to pass some conditions, and after checking the condition, we used to get the resultant value. So here we have some various forms of condition that we are going to use. The first form is named as relational condition. The second form is named as sign condition. And third form is named as class condition. And the fourth one, condition name condition. And fifth one, negated simple condition. And sixth one, compound condition. So these are the various forms of conditions that we are going to discuss in COBOL programming language. So here in this slide, first we are going to discuss on relational condition. And then here we know that a relational condition indicates a comparison between two operands and which has the general form operand 1, relational operator, and then operand 2. So this is going to be the general form that we have over here, where the relational operator can be any one of the following. So this is the first thing that we have as is not greater than or is greater than, and is greater than or is not greater than, and the next one is not less than, or instead of using words keywords, we could use some symbols also as an operators we could use over here, and then is not equal to. So these are the three different forms of relational operators that we have over here. So so basically we are going to have an operand to the left and operand to the right, and we are going to compare these two operands using some relational operators, and to check whether the left operand is greater than right operand, whether the left operand is less than right operand, whether the left operand is equal to right operand. So in a way we are going to check both the condition, and after checking the condition it used to produce the results as true or else it used to produce the results as false. So whatever may be the arithmetic expressions, generally we are going to have an identifier or literal as an input operands, and using those identifiers or literals we are going to evaluate, and after evaluation which is going to produce some resultant value or which is going to return some boolean results. So these are the things about relational condition. The second one, which is about a sign condition, the sign condition which determines whether or not the algebraic value of an operand is a positive or negative or zero. So it's very simple. We are going to have an operand and we are going to check whether that particular operand is a positive operand or negative operand, or which is an equivalent to one as zero. So for checking these things we are going to use a condition named as sign condition. So for this we have some general form. The general form for this is identifier and then positive, and then you have the second form is not negative or is negative, and then the third form arithmetic expression zero. So these are the three forms that we have. So normally using this sign condition we would be able to check whether the identifier is a positive identifier or negative identifier, or which is going to equivalent to one zero value. So suppose if the value is going to be greater than zero, which is going to resultant in a positive operand. Suppose if the value is going to be less than zero, which is going to be resultant in a negative operand. So it's very simple. So using this sign condition we would be able to check the value of the operator or the sign of the operator. So when an arithmetic expression is used, it must contain at least one identifier. So this is going to be an important condition to check whether the identifier is positive or negative. So the positive option determines the value of the condition to be true only if the value of the operand is strictly positive. This means that the value 0 is not treated as positive. So that's the thing. So these are the things about sign condition. And then here we have an example. So in this example, using 77 level number, first I'm going to declare the data name balance within picture class, and then here in this declaration I have included a capital S along with your picture class, which indicates this is going to be an here we are going to use the sign condition. And then the next statement, we have used the if option. So if balance is 0, go to nil balance. So this is a statement that we have mentioned. And then here we have to note that if statement is equivalent to the below following statement that we have, that makes use of relational condition. So if balance is equal to 0, go to nil balance. It's very simple. So using the sign condition, suppose the sign condition which holds the value it is greater than 0 with resultant in positive value. Suppose if the sign condition which holds the value less than 0, which is going to be resultant in negative value. So based on this we would be able to decide whether operand is a positive operand or negative operand, or which is equal to 0. The last condition is named as the class condition, which determines whether or not the value of operand is a numeric or alphabetic. So it's very simple. So using this class condition option, we would be able to decide whether the operand is a numeric value or an alphabetic value. So here we have the general form where identifier is numeric or identifier is not numeric, and then identifier is alphabetic or identifier is not alphabetic. So using this general form and passing one of the operand value to this identifier, we would be able to decide whether an operand is an numeric operand or whether an operand is an alphabetic operand. So this is going to be the importance of class condition. So here in conditions in COBOL programming, we have discussed three different forms. The three different forms are: the first one, which is going to be about um, class condition, second one which is going to be the relational condition, and third one which is going to be sign condition. Where in relational condition we used to compare two operands, and then we used to check whether the operands are greater or lesser or equal to. And then in sign condition we used to check for whether the operand is positive value or negative value or equivalent to 0. And then in third option in class condition we used to check for whether the operand is numeric operand or alphabetic operand. So these are the three forms of conditions that we have discussed. So students, concentrate on these particular topics because these conditions options are important in terms of university exams. So thank you for listening. Thank you.